Just pulled up to Walmart because word on the internet is they've got some new Ozark Trail knives. I went on their website, tried to order a couple, and some should be delivered today. And we're also going to go in store to see what they have. This is about the time of year they start rolling out their Christmas knife packs. And I always buy up all of the ones that look halfway decent to show you guys on camera to let you know if they're worth spending your money or not. We're going to head in, see what they have, and regardless of what I buy, we're going to bring it all back to the tabletop and look at some of the new Walmart Ozark Trail knives. Let's head in and see what they've got. Now back to the house. We are back from Walmart at the tabletop, and I've got a ton of Ozark Trail knives. I guess you can never have too many. I don't know. We'll see. I bought a lot in store, but my order was also delivered to the house. So I pretty much have all of the new ones that I wanted to take a look at, and we'll dig through all of these options. Now, I didn't get any of the fixed blade knives. I couldn't quite see any that looked promising, but that just might be my local Walmart. You guys may find some online or at your local Walmart that are a little bit better, and all of them that were purchased today and online were $7.97. So really good price on these knives. Now they all feature different locking mechanisms and all different handle materials, but all of them seem to be featuring the 3R stainless steel, the 3CR stainless steel. So not a super fancy steel, but it should get the job done. Now, one of the ones that I was most excited to take a look at was this guy right here, and they're all named now. So this one is the Ozark Trail Glacier, a combination of the Ozark Trail like orange folder that started the entire movement of Ozark Trail being a brand that people would actually try and go out and purchase. And then last year they had a $5 or $6 knife section for Christmas deals, and this was one of those knives, but it did not have the reversible pocket clip. This new iteration for $7.97 seems to be slightly more refined and a completely reversible pocket clip. I love that about this knife. Crossbar lock, super smooth action, reverse finger flip, and you still have the same play as last year. There is still a touch of blade play in the Glacier, but I still love this, especially for the price point. If you were looking to get gift ideas for $10 and under, one of these knives would be good. Or again, if you were traveling for the holidays and you were landing in a certain location and you knew you wanted to carry a pocket knife without worrying about checking a bag, showing up to Walmart and grabbing these may be a really good option during the holiday season. Now, with that being said, these are not the Christmas knives. So I talked to a couple of Walmart associates. The Christmas pallets have not arrived yet. I will be heading back when they do. Hopefully in a week or two, they may start putting those out, or they may start arriving. Now, the next one I want to take a look at is this guy right here, which appears to be one of the first frame lock versions, and they're calling the Cumulus. So this is a frame lock Ozark Trail. Again, 3CR MOV steel. This one does have the reversible pocket clip with an aluminum handle. Now, the edges are not as refined on this one. The action is fairly smooth. The blade is not the sharpest thing you've ever felt in the world, but if you were just dead set on a frame lock, this one is not bad for $8, but not my favorite of the bunch. When you're doing a frame lock, it takes a lot of work and effort to get it right. This one does a halfway decent job, but again, not the greatest in the world, but very surprised at the quality for $8. The next one I want to discuss, this one feels substantial. This one actually feels like a much more premium knife. They are calling this one the Vertex, and this could be definitely a winner for a lot of guys. Ball bearing action, and it does have a very nice drop shutty feel. Thicker blade profile, thicker handle materials, two-tone finish on those aluminum handles, reversible pocket clip, lanyard spot right there, very patriotic feeling. If they would have done green on the inside, would have been very Christmassy feeling. But this is a good, solid knife. Actually has freaking good, solid lockup, good blade centering, This is a winner on the Ozark Trail. So the Vertex right now is a winner, and I will be lining these up and kind of letting you guys know what I feel about them after that. The next is the Trailman. This thing is massive. I'm going to rip this out of the package. Try not to cut myself. This thing is a big, beastly knife right here. Liner lock design. What appears to be like polymer FRN handles. Maybe not even FRN, ABS. Still a reversible clip. Metal scales in here. Let's see the action. That action is really good. You do have a touch of blade play. You can see that kind of shift in there. But guys, the action on this knife is insane. Yeah, you can even get that bonus finger flip in there. Ton of jimping on the back. Massive folder. If you were interested in grabbing one of these for a folder, I think you wouldn't be disappointed, as long as you know you're getting a kind of a chunky boy for this price point. But this is definitely a winner of the bunch. Love that one. The Trailman 8.5-inch folding knife, definitely a winner. Now, this one reminds me of a previous generation, again, that we had saw. This one's the Zephyr. I believe they had this last year at Christmas, and they had a green variation of this knife, and then they had the black variation of this knife that we're looking at now. But this one does have the reversible clip. I love the fact that they are doing reversible clips on all of the knives for left and right-handed carry. I personally carry all my knives in my left-hand pocket because I carry a blaster or I carry a cell phone in my right-hand pocket. Great action, just like the previous generations of this knife. I love the added texturing on here, and I love the reversible nature of the pocket clip. Although this one is cool because you can do a clip tip down or you can do it tip up. How cool is that? So that is a nice touch. The action on this one is really good. This one also has thumb studs, so you can get that reverse finger flip. So far, most of these I'm really liking, especially for like budget beaters. Another one that looks interesting is the Thunderhead. Not the Thunderbird, Thunderhead. This one actually features polyurethane handles. Ball bearing action is what it says. We will rip this down. I also love the fact that I'm not having to use a knife to open these, and you're clearly buying these when you don't have a knife. So that's a nice touch right there. Okay, action's pretty decent. You've got metal scales, again, the blue inner linings, reversible clip with that cutout. Let's check the blade centering. Not too shabby. Reverse finger flip. Yeah, not too bad on that one. Definitely more of like a finer profile blade on here. Let's check. I've got a touch of wiggle, but overall, the flipper action on this one is good. Not my favorite of the bunch, but the quality is there. I think if you like this design, that's a really good option, again, with that reversible clip. This one appears to be aluminum handles, and this is the Mossy Oak pattern. I've been seeing a lot of Mossy Oak stuff popping up everywhere. I don't know if they got bought out or what, but a lot of these really budget Mossy Oak knives are coming. So this one's partially serrated. Okay, liner is a little sticky, and this appears to be assisted opening. So the first assisted opening of the bunch, but that tracks for some reason. Like Mossy Oak, camouflage, partially serrated knives. Why not throw another cheesy, tacky assisted opening to that? Like, this to me is more of like kind of like one of those novelties. Like, it's going for somebody who wants like a camo pattern knife, but you do get some nice features like a reversible clip. Not a huge fan of the serrations, but honestly, you know, again, with this knife, the liner lock could be a touch more comfortable. Don't like assisted opening. I'd rather ride on ball bearings. That's just me personally. But overall, not a bad knife for that price point. This is another iteration of a knife that we saw last year during Christmas. And this guy was one of the blue folders that you could get for $5 or $6. Okay, this one's also assisted opening, but this one features metal liners, and they appear to be recessed into the polymer housing and a reversible clip. Last year's model did not have it, and last year's was not assisted opening. I'm glad I'm trying all of these out. The thumb stud is a little tight. Again, because it's assisted opening, you're overcoming that like kind of detent that locks it into place so it doesn't pop open. Not bad. Sharpness is okay. Again, not my favorite out of the bunch, but there you go. Check out the blade centering. Let's check the lockup. Pretty solid lockup actually on that one. So if you like assisted opening, I'd go with this one over the old camo. Really excited about this one, the Ridgeline G10 handles. This one looks really, really interesting. Okay, liner lock design on that. Good blade centering. Still a reversible clip, larger lanyard hole. Oh yeah. I like that. I like the Tonto blade profile. Actually fairly sharp out of the box, and I believe your sharpness is going to vary. It's going to be hit or miss depending on which one you get, and I don't think it's going to be knife specific. I think it's just whatever they felt like making sharp is what's going to be sharp. Whatever they didn't feel like putting time and attention to, that's what's going to be dull. I could do without the two-tone accents of the white and red, but honestly, kind of a Christmas feel. Great little pocket knife. Now let's kind of line them up from start to finish and give you my final thoughts and opinions. In the words of Ricky Bobby's dad that he never actually said, if you're not first, you're last. That is not the case here. There is actually a lot of firsts, and the lasts aren't that bad. Ozark Trail really killed it with this launch of new knives, and I can see a lot of people really getting into the knife hobby and making this a very affordable option. Everybody I talked to lately has just been a little bit struggling more than usual. They don't have a ton of extra cash to spend and your dollar's not going further. So to see a line like this come out is really nice. My favorite is going to be this guy right here, just because I love the fidget nature and crossbar lock action of this knife. Could it be more rock solid? Yeah, but for me, again, like as a travel knife or just a little budget beater, open in packages, this one's just fun. Fun to carry, reversible pocket clip, $8, hard to beat. I just like the feeling of this knife. A close second and third is going to be this guy right here with the white handle G10. This one is definitely a more solid knife. You don't get a ton of that fidget feel with reverse finger flips or crossbar lock action, just a straight liner lock with a flipper, but a solid all-around amazing knife for the money with decent lockup and G10 handles. Going to be hard to beat that one. This guy right here is also really nice. Lockup's pretty good. Tip down carry or tip up with this new model, and this new beast is pretty darn awesome as well. Definitely worth giving a try. I mean, that thing rockets out of there on that ball bearing. You can choke up on this guy. Solid knife for the money, and all the other options are great as well, but this is about where I draw the line for me. Personally, I would pick one of these up for a travel knife or just a budget beater or a great gift. This is what I'm choosing from. These are not necessarily bad. I just don't like assisted opening anymore. But if you like assisted opening, go for the blue over the Mossy Oak. I just feel like this is more of a novelty. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because we'll be heading back to Walmart and finding even more. And if this video does well, we may buy all the fixed blades and show you guys on camera so you know what you're buying before you spend your money. I honestly don't think you'll be disappointed though. No affiliation with Walmart, no affiliate linking, just throwing this out there so you guys can get a feel for what's out there in the Ozark Trail lineup. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.